Welcome back to another game of the Game of Dice Baseball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of the Game of Dice Baseball. And in this game, we're going to finish up our three-game series between the 77 Yankees and 77 Royals. This was played on July 17th, 1977. And the Yankees have taken the first two in pretty dramatic fashion, scoring quite a few runs late to take both games. They won game one 6-3 and game two 3-1, and we'll see how things go for game three. In real life, Kansas City actually swept this series, and so it's a little bit of turnabout is fair play for the Yankees. Not going to go through the lineups. I'm a little short on time here this morning, so I'm going to try to get through this game, and we'll see the lineups as they come along. Using the 70s game engine and the 1977 cards. Starting in this one is going to be Ken Clay for the visiting Yankees. He's a relief pitcher. He had 3 starts on the year. This is one of his 3 starts. And Andy Hassler, 9-6 with a 4.20 ERA. He can go 24 batters before he starts to lose it a little bit, so we have to pay attention to that. I believe he went 6 1/3. Clay only went 3 innings, so a bit of a starter sort of model or mentality, and then Tidrow came in after that. Well, let's get this one started. It's going to be Willie Randolph, Mickey Rivers, and Cliff Johnson at DH for the Yankees. First roll is going to be a fly ball that goes out to straightaway left field. I'm sorry. Yeah, straightaway left field. And that's going to be, I don't know how you say his name, Lahoud, maybe. I'll go with that. I'm not exactly sure, but he makes the play and left field for out number 1. I'll just call him the left fielder. And so Willie Randolph is down for out number 1, and standing in is Mickey Rivers. There's a 25 for Rivers, and that's going to be a strikeout as Hassler gets him with the swinging strikeout. So Rivers goes down for out number 2. Next up is Cliff Johnson. Johnson getting his first start of this series. 296 average, 12 homers, 31 RBIs, and 168 plate appearances for the Yankees in 1977. 12 is going to be a little line drive, and that is to the shortstop. So Johnson gets sawed off, and he hits a little liner to the shortstop. And the shortstop is Patek, and he is there to handle that for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down go the Yankees in the top of the first. Nice start for Andy Hassler. For the hometown Royals, the hometown crowd looking for a win, it's going to be George Brett, Hal McRae, and Pete Lecoq. Very similar lineup to game number 2. A couple of switches here in the middle. So no John Mayberry in this one, and somebody else is missing. But they're going to be facing off against Ken Clay. Ken Clay, a relief pitcher for the Yankees. 21 games, 2-3 record with a 4.37 ERA. Kind of a high walk percentage at 10% and a low K percentage, so expecting a lot of contact here. 4-6 is going to be a deep fly ball as George Brett gets a hold of one, and he's going to send that back to center field, and the center fielder is Mickey Rivers on the run at the track, and he is going to make the catch for out number 1. So 1 down as George Brett gives it a ride but can't get it out. Brings up Hal McRae, number 2 hitter, 298 average in 1977. This is going to be, for as deep as that one was, this is a little line drive, and that's a liner to right field. Coming on hard is the right fielder Jackson, and he's going to make the play just above his shoe tops, and that's going to be out number 2. So already the Royals have their defense on the run, and the Yankees are up to it so far. So 2 down, and Pete Lecoq to the plate. 303 average, 3 homers, and 29 RBIs in limited playing time, 88 games for the 77 Royals. It's going to be a 24. 24 is going to be another deep drive. This one goes out to center field again. This time Rivers not having to go quite as hard. He settles under it at the warning track, and that's going to be out number 3. So 3 fly balls for Ken Clay as he survives the first. And we go to the top of the second with no score. The Yankees will send up Chambliss, Piniella, and Reggie to the plate. 12 are his walk percentage less than 5%. It's not, so that's going to be a walk to Chambliss. So Chambliss standing at first, not a great threat to steal, only 4 stolen bases for the year. But I tell you what, we're going to do. We're going to send him on a hit and run. So Piniella, 330 hitter, and let's just go ahead and do a hit and run, and let's see how this turns out for him. 12, that's going to be a line drive that goes to 7, and so that's a little liner to right field. And getting back on the play is Chambliss as he scrambles back to the bag. And we got 1 down. Brings up Reggie Jackson. Runner at first, 1 out. 13 is going to be a ground ball. This goes out to the third baseman. And the third baseman is going to make the throw to second. I have my rules here on that. Just make sure that's what I got. I think they're going to get the lead runner at second. So runner at first base, normal ground ball, fielder's choice out at second. So we're going to go 5-4 on the put out, and he's going to be on base. We got a fielder's choice here, and that's out number 2. So we trade Chambliss for Jackson. Jackson, quite a few more stolen bases, but Craig Nettles to the plate. Let's leave him there for now, early in the game. See if Nettles can pop one. 22, are his balks greater than 1? His balks are not greater than 1. He's got 1 balk. And so this is going to be an error, and that error is on the first baseman. The first baseman in this game is Pete Lecoq. So Lecoq is not able to handle the ground ball, so we're going to go E3 on that. The runner at first moves up to second, and we had 2 on with 2 out. And Fran Healy, the catcher, to the plate. He's making his first appearance in this series. 55, that could be trouble. So are his home runs greater than 29? They're not. He had no home runs. So that's going to be a double. So a 2-out double from Fran Healy is going to put the Yankees on top, as that's going to drive in Reggie. And it's going to send 2 plus 1 for the 2 outs. That's going to be a bases clearing double, and that's going to be 2 runs on the board for the Yankees. So the Yankees take a 2-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. Bucky Dent to the plate. Dent, if he hits hits a single, that's an RBI. This is going to be a shallow fly ball, but that's a rare play, so let's look that up on our rare plays chart, and let's see what happens on this shallow fly ball. Okay. All right, so it's going to be a 9. A 9 is a looping liner to center field. The center fielder can get it, and it drops in for a base hit. A little Texas leaguer for Bucky Dent, as he gets sawed off, but he gets rewarded with a base hit, and that's going to score the run from second. And just like that, the Yankees are up 3-0 in the second inning. So Yankee bats alive on this July 17th. Willie Randolph stands in. He flied out to left field in his first at bat. We got to roll all of them. Let's do that. Okay. It's going to be a 26. 26 is a ground ball. That's right back to the pitcher. With 2 outs, no need to worry about the double play. So we're going to go 1-3 on the put out. That's out number 3. And the Yankees do some damage here in the second as they put up 3 runs on Andy Hassler. Could be a short day for him. Let's see how it goes the rest of the way. Bottom of the second inning, it's going to be in the middle of the order. Al Cowens, John Lahoud. I'll just say Lahoud because that's what it looks like. And then Amos Otis. Al Cowens pretty silent in this one, in this series. Let's see if he turns it on here in game number 3. A 13. This is going to be a foul out. This goes to the first baseman. Oh, I'm sorry. It's foul out to first. So he pops it up down the right field line. The first baseman is Chambliss, and he's in foul territory, and he's going to put that one away for out number 1. Cowens down on the foul out, brings up Joe Lahoud. I'll say Lahoud, and we're going to stick with that. 14, that's going to be a shallow fly ball, and that goes out to center field. Coming on hard is Mickey Rivers, and he'll get there as he is able to stop just before he gets to the ball. He pulls up and catches it, and that's going to be out number 2. Amos Otis, the center fielder for the Royals, 251 average, 17 homers, 78 RBIs. He's got a little thunder in his bat. 15 is going to be, is the K percentage greater than 25 for the pitcher? It is not, it's 8, and so that's going to be a walk. So Amos Otis is on base, and let's go ahead and try to steal with him and get him in scoring position for Freddie Patek. He's a 70+% stealer, and let's see how that goes. 6, I think, is safe. Let me double check. 6 is going to be a good steal, so he is in there safely with a stolen base. And Amos Otis standing at second base with, I'm sorry, it's Darryl Porter, not Patek. Porter with an opportunity to to draw the Royals closer. 14 is going to be a shallow fly ball. Got a shallow fly ball, and that goes to that's a pop-up to the shortstop. So it was very shallow. So it's going to be P6 on the putout, and that goes to the shortstop, Bucky Dent, out in short left field, makes the catch for out number 3. The Yankees are going to lead off the top of the third inning, up 3-0, and facing Andy Hassler, the left-hander for Kansas City. 34 is going to be a grounder, and that's going to go to second base. So the second baseman is Frank White, and he'll get over to the first baseman for out number 1. Nope, not them. Them. So 1 down as Rivers grounds out. He's now 0 for 2. Brings up Cliff Johnson. Johnson lined out to the shortstop in his first at-bat. Got a 14 here. That's going to be a little fly ball out to right field. No problem out there for Cowens as he hauls it in for out number 2. And Johnson is now 0 for 2. Chris Chambliss, who walked in his first at-bat, is standing in. 16 are the pitcher's hits greater than 249. They are not, and so that's going to be a strikeout as Chris Chambliss. Oh, I'm sorry, it's up here. As Chris Chambliss strikes out, and that is of the looking variety, and that's out number 3. So the Yankees go down 1-2-3 in the top of the third inning. They still lead 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the third. And it's going to be the bottom of the order: Freddie Patek, Frank White, and then back to George Brett in the Royals' third inning. 23 is going to be a K, and that's a special K. So let's roll against our rare strikeout chart. That's a 1. So the batter tries to hold up, but the ump says he went around, and that's going to be a strikeout swinging for Freddie Patek. One down, and Frank White taking his first licks of the day. He batted .245 with 5 homers and 50 RBIs in 1977. Gets a little fly ball out to right center field. The center fielder, Rivers, is going to be there, and he makes the play for out number 2. And 2 quick ones in the 3rd inning for the Royals. George Brett stands in. He flied out to center field in his first at bat. In this one, it says, is the pitcher's batting average less than .241? It is not. So that's actually going to be a triple for George Brett as he rips one to the right center field gap. And he is on his horse and winds up at third base as he slides in safely with a 2-out triple. George Brett now standing at third base with Hal McRae at the plate. And McRae a chance to drive in a run. This is going to be a line drive that goes to, it's a liner to left. Coming in hard on it is Piniella, not a great fielder, but he makes the play here. And we're going to say a line drive to 7. And that's going to be out number 3 as Hal McRae tried to put that one down safely in left field, but Piniella denies him. And that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. So they strand George Brett at third base, and the Royals are down 3-0. Heading into the top of the 4th inning, it'll be that man, Lou Piniella. He is up first. Piniella lined out to the right fielder, Cowens, in his first at-bat. This is going to be a little soft grounder to the second baseman. Frank White comes in on it, and the quick throw to first gets Piniella. For out number 1, Piniella not fleet of foot. Reggie Jackson is up. He reached by a fielder's choice and then scored on the 2-out double from Fran Healy. Got a rare play here. So a 26 is going to be a grounder, and that's going to be a normal grounder, but a rare play. So let's see how this goes. An 8. A broken bat distracts the second baseman, and the ball goes into right field for a single. So that's going to be Reggie Jackson getting sawed off, but the bat goes flying out towards second base. Frank White gets distracted on that, and it goes into right field for a single. So Reggie's on board. Last time we didn't have him steal, and let's go ahead and have him steal this time. Let's see if he can make it in there. 1-6, he's safe, and he is not going to be safe. He is actually going to be thrown out. A 9 is an out. Let's just double check that. A 9 is an out. So Reggie trying to push the envelope. He gets caught stealing, and that's out number 2 as Darryl Porter throws him out at second. And a nice play by the Royals to keep the Yankees from getting into scoring position. Brings up Greg Nettles. Nettles is 0 for 1. He got on via an error in his last at-bat. 24 is going to be a base knock as he gets on a little more traditionally this time. So Nettles now 1 for 2. Brings up the man of the hour, Frank Healy, the catcher. It always seems like the guys you bring in off the bench do something on the tabletop. So a 16 are the pitcher's hits greater than 249. I think we've established that they are not. He has 166 hits for the season. So he made 27 starts, but wasn't going a super long time in these games. So hasn't accumulated the same kind of stats. So that's going to be a strikeout. And we have another rare play strikeout. So let's see what happens with that. It is a 5, and a 5 says the batter thinks he checked his swing, but the home plate umpire says that he went around. The batter is livid. He begins shouting at the home plate umpire, and the ump ejects him from the game. So Frank Healy kicked out of the game, and he's going to have to be replaced. I suppose about Thurman Munson, not a bad replacement. But we're going to bring Munson into the game at the catcher spot. That's going to be a strikeout. We're going to call that a strikeout because he thinks he checked his swing. And Fran Healy is out of the game. Let's put Thurman Munson back in. So he gets half a day off. So he's a catcher. He comes in the 4th inning, and we're going to get a K here. That's out number 3. And I suppose right here he's gonna wind up coming in and taking an at bat. Sorry. So Thurman Munson into the game as Fran Healy goes and hits the showers. He's been ejected for arguing balls and strikes, and that takes us to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Yankees still lead 3-0. They had a big 2nd inning, but have been shut down since. Let's see if the Royals can climb back into this one. They've got the middle of the order: Pete Lecoq, Al Cowens, and Joe Lahoud coming to the plate. 16 are the hits greater than 249? They're not. He's a relief pitcher, so that's going to be a strikeout of Cowens or Lecoq, and Lecoq goes down swinging for out number 1. Nice pitch there from Ken Clay. Clay getting the start in this one. He had 3 starts in 1977. 24 walks and 20 strikeouts in 55 innings pitched. So more walks and strikeouts, but he hasn't run into the walk machine yet, only 1, and we'll see how it goes for him through the rest of the way. This is grounded hard back to the first baseman, and the first baseman is Chambliss, and he's going to make the play as he tosses it over to the pitcher who's covering, and a nice play at first there by Chris Chambliss is out number 2. Brings up Al Cowens. Cowens flied out to right field or center field in his first at bat. He's going to have a chance for a triple here. Let's see. This is Joe Lahoud. I'm sorry. Joe Lahoud, the left fielder, he has 0 triples, so instead of a triple, this is going to be a single. And so a base knock for the backup left fielder who got into 34 games, hit 262. Not a threat to steal, so we're going to leave him there at first base. And that brings up Amos Otis. Otis walked and stole a base in his last at bat. Here are his hits greater than 149. They are not. And so that's going to be a normal ground ball to the first baseman. With 2 outs, he's going to take it to the bag himself. And that's going to be 3 down as Chambliss makes the play. No runs for the Royals in the bottom of the 4th inning as we head to the top of the 5th. 3-0 Yanks over the Royals. Still out there is Andy Hassler. Hassler can go 24 batters. He's at almost 18. This is his 18th batter. Facing off against Bucky Dent, Willie Randolph, and Mickey Rivers. 23. That's going to be a strikeout, and that will be a strikeout swinging for Bucky Dent as he is now 0 for 2, or 1 for 2. He had an RBI single in the first inning, drove in the 3rd run for the Yankees. Standing in is Willie Randolph. Randolph is 0 for 2. 46 is going to be a deep fly ball. This goes out to center field, and chasing back on it is Amos Otis. He's got plenty of room as he reaches up and makes the catch on a jog, and that's going to be out number 2. So Willie Randolph gives it a ride, but it stays in the ballpark, and Mickey Rivers comes in. He is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out. This is a chance for a double. If his doubles are greater than 29, which they're not, he's got 18 doubles for the year. So that's going to be a base hit for Mickey Rivers. Rivers, who batted .326 in 1977. More of a contact hitter than a power hitter, although he had 12 homers and 69 RBIs. Brings up someone with a little bit more power, Cliff Johnson, Big Cliff Johnson. He's standing in. And 46 is going to be a ground ball. Normally that would be a double play, but with 2 outs, that's just going to go to first base. And the first baseman is Lecoq, and he'll take it to the bag himself. So 3rd out, Cliff Johnson makes it, and the Yankees go down in the top of the 5th inning. Still 3-0 New York over, who is this? New York over Kansas City. I think at this point we're going to need to bring in a new pitcher. We have sort of pushed Ken Clay about as far as he can go. So he's gone 4 innings. And well, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to bring in Ken Holtzman actually out of the pen, which he made some relief appearances here. So 18 games, 11 of them are starts. And so we're going to treat him almost like a starter here. Not a bad guy to bring in out of your bullpen. So Clay goes 4 innings, gives up no runs, and I don't know, 1 hit, 2 hits. So no runs, 2 hits. So a nice start for him. And Holtzman is going to come in to face Daryl Porter, Freddie Patek, and Frank White. So the bottom third of the order. 3-0 Yankees. And let's see if Kansas City can turn the tide. Is his walk percentage, the batter's walk percentage, less than 5%? It is not, so he's going to take a walk. Daryl Porter on base for the first time in this game. No threat to steal, so he'll be at first base with Freddie Patek coming to the plate. Here's a 33. Are the home runs per 9 greater than 1 for the pitcher? Home runs per 9 are not. They're less than 1. So that's going to be a double as Freddie Patek goes to left center field, and he one-hops the wall with the double, and that's going to push Porter to third base. Porter, one of the slower runners, so they're going to hold him there with nobody out. We got runners at second and third, and the best scoring opportunity of the day for the Royals as they send Frank White to the plate. 26, that's going to be normally would be a double play grounder in a double play situation, but we don't have that here. So that's going to be a grounder, but a rare play. So let's see what happens on this rare play. Could be a game changer. And we have an 8. Broken bat distracts the second baseman. We've already had that one, so I'm going to roll again. I don't like to do 2 in the same game if I can help it. Chopper to third. The ball takes a bad hop. The third baseman has to barehand the ball. The throw to first across his body is in time. All the runners advance 1 base on the fielder's choice. So a bad hop on him, but he gets it and gets it over to first for out number 1. And all runners are going to advance. So that's going to be an RBI ground out, and the Royals get on the board. So you can do that if you want to. If you don't like to have multiples of the rare plays, just roll again. The odds of you using up all of your rare plays are very slim in one game. So I've been thinking about that. Sometimes I had a couple of catcher's interferences, and I was like, well, I don't really want to have multiples of some strange play like that. So just roll again and choose another rare play. it's probably fine. 24 is going to be a deep drive. This is from George Brett. That goes down the left field line. Chasing it into the corner is Lou Piniella, and he's going to make the play. So we're going to go F7 on the put out as Piniella makes a really nice play right at the wall. That's actually with 1 out going to drive in the run from third base as he was watching it all the way, and he goes in for the score. So we're going to call that a sac fly to 7, and the Royals are now within 1 as they put up 2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning off of the reliever Ken Holtzman. 3-2 is our score. We have another opportunity for a triple. Are triples greater than 2? They are. He had 11 triples, so that's actually going to be a 3-bagger for Hal McRae as he puts it down the right field line, and nobody can stop him from getting to third, and so the Royals have another man. Tying run 90 feet away, and this is Pete Lecoq. 46 is going to be a grounder. That goes to right in front of the plate, a little chopper, and out to get it is Munson, and he's going to make the play to first for out number 3. But the Royals do get 2 in the bottom of the 5th, and they've made this a game. It's 3-2 Yankees over the Royals. crowd is back into it now. We got Andy Hassler going. He's at 18, 19, 20, 21, so maybe his last inning here. In the actual game, he went 6 1/3, so he's right on track, I guess, with what he was doing. So a 35 is a fly ball. This goes out to straightaway right field. No problem for Callens as he reaches up and puts it away for out number 1. Chris Chambliss now 0 for 2. Lou Piniella hitless in 2 at bats. He's lined out and grounded out. He is going to hit a little soft fly ball. Actually, that's a pop up to third, so a very short fly ball. And that's a pop up to third as the third baseman Brett drifts back just a little bit down the left field line and makes the catch in fair territory. So Piniella down down for out number 2. Yankees got 2 outs. Reggie Jackson up to the plate. He's 1 for 2. Had a single in his last at bat. It's going to be another base hit. Oh, no, that's going to be a grounder to short. Sorry. So the shortstop is Patek, and he's got it cleanly over to first, and a 1-2-3 inning for the Yankees in the top of the 6th as Hassler has begun to cruise after that tough first inning. And we'll probably pull him in the next inning, and especially if the Royals can get ahead here, we'll see how that goes. Al Callens, Joe LaHoud, and Amos Otis are going to be up for the Royals against Ken Holtzman. The Yankees just trying to keep this lead until they can get to Sparky Lyle, which I feel like is what they were always doing. So at 23 is going to be a strikeout for Holtzman, and Holtzman gets him swinging. So Callens goes down on a beautiful pitch, and that's going to be out number 1. Callens now 0 for 3. Joe LaHoud stands in. He's 1 for 2. In a spot start off the bench. 56 is going to be a fly ball. That goes down the right field line. Reggie's in pursuit, and he gets there in plenty of time, and that's going to be out number 2 as Jackson makes the play in right field. And 2 down with Amos Otis coming to the plate. Amos Otis is he's 0 for 1. He grounded out to first in his last at bat. This is going to be a 56. That's a fly ball. Again, down the right field line. Reggie's giving chase and in pursuit, and he's got it near the line, and that's going to be out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down. Go the Royals in the bottom of the 6th inning. They're still down 3-2 as the Yankees are going to send up the bottom of their order in the top of the 7th. Let's get a new pitcher for the Royals. And let's go with Mengori. Feel like they really... Actually, Littell. Let's put Littell in the game. I think he got him first in the actual game. Let's put him in, and we'll save Mengori for later. Again, I'm using my my little homemade thinger jobbers here for holding my bench and my and my bullpen. I've sort of pre-settled those before the game, who I'm going to use, so I don't have to be digging through a bunch of cards. All right, top of the 7th inning. Tight one here, 3-2. Another good game between these two powerhouses in the American League. How are we doing here? Get everything back on the screen. Tendency to push everything off the screen, so all right. Yeah, these powerhouses in the American League, and they met in the ALCS later in the year. So this is top of the 7th inning. It'll be Nettles, Thurman Munson, and Bucky Dent. Munson in for Healy, who was thrown out back in the 4th inning. So they'll be facing off against Littell. Hassler goes 6 innings. And Nettles has a 66 against a 5. Ours wild pitch is greater than 9. They're at 8, so no. So this is going to be a rare play off of the pitcher chart. So let's get that here. And We have a 4. A 4 is a 2-hour game delay. Both pitchers must be replaced. Look at that. Oh, man. All right, so we just brought him into the game. He didn't even get a chance to throw. All right, so it is going to be Mingori. Maybe I should have just chosen Mingori to start with. Huh? All right, so we burn one pitcher for each team. And let's bring in, what are we at? I guess Tidrow. We'll throw Tidrow an inning and then try to get Sparky Lyle into the game if we still have the lead. So we're going to go with Mingori. He goes 0. And Holtzman goes 2 innings, I believe. So 4 and through the 6th. That's 2 innings for him. I guess we should tell he went in here. So 2 innings, and he gives up both runs to the Royals. So we have Tidrow and Mingori into the game. And this is going to be Greg Nettles. So there was a rain delay before the at-bat. So let's just have the at-bat. Mingori is facing off. He's facing off against Nettles, Healy, and Bucky Dent. 25 is going to be a line drive, and that goes out to center field. The center fielder is who? Center fielder is Otis, and he comes in on the run and makes the play for out number 1. Nettles is set down. He's 1 for 3 now. Thurman Munson to the plate. This will be his first at bat. 12 are his walks less than 5%. They're not, so that's going to be a walk for Thurman Munson. Munson at first base, not much of a threat to steal. 5 out of 11, so we're going to keep him there. Likes to steal, but he's not very good at it. And Bucky Dent is standing in. He's got a 23. 23 is a deep fly ball from Bucky Dent. This goes out to straightaway center. Amos Otis is on the run, turns his back to the infield, and he's got the ball. And that's going to be a, is that an auto advance? Let's double check. So fly out deep with a runner at first base. That's going to be a hold, so he's going to stay at first base. So Amos Otis makes the play in center field on Bucky Dent. Bucky Dent can't believe it. He feels like he got all of that one. And 2 down now with a runner at third base, and Willie Randolph back to the top of the order. 35 is going to be a fly ball, this time a little bit easier, out to left center field. And Otis is there to make the play for out number 3. So Otis makes all 3 outs in the outfield. And that's going to be 3 down for the Yankees in the top of the 7th inning. Nice inning by Steve Mingori. Royals are down 3-2. We got a new pitcher, Dick Tidrow. Tidrow trying to get himself an inning. He went a couple of innings in game number 2. But they roll him back out there for 1, trying to get to the lefty Sparky Lyle. And 16 is the batter's hits greater than 149 for Porter. They are not. So that's going to be a ground ball, and that's right to the first baseman, Chambliss. Chambliss to his right, scoops it, tosses it to first, and that's going to be out number 1 as they get the slow-footed Darryl Porter at first. Porter now 1 for 2. 1 for 2 with a run scored. Freddie Patek to the plate. We got a rare play opportunity. 55. This is going to be a possible home run. Is the pitcher's home runs per 9 less than 0.4? They are not. They're 1.2. And just like that, Freddie Patek raises up and ties the ball game with a home run. Yeah, that's a home run. We're not going to be concerned about the rare play because because I don't think I have a rare play home run. I did for quick pitch baseball. There was a rare play for the home runs, but not here. So Freddie Patek with the home run just gets over the wall in left field, and he is the hero of the game as he has tied it at 3. Dick Tidrow gives up the game-tying home run, and he has to go face Frank White now. Frank White is 0 for 2. He had batted .245 in 1975. This is going to be a fly ball to center field. The center fielder Rivers is there, and he'll make the out for out number 2. Back to the top of the order for Kansas City. It's George Brett. Brett is he's 1 for 3. He's got a triple, and he had a sac fly in his last at bat. He's going to have a little shallow fly ball, and this is going to be a rare play. So let's see what happens here. Got a number 1, and on the 1, pop up to short left. The shortstop's after it, and he makes the catch over his shoulder, and that's going to be out number 3. So nice play out there by Bucky Dent and shallow left field again, as we'll say P6 on the putout. When we write them in here, it's not nearly as exciting as the play actually was, so nice to have a little play-by-play. We have a tie ball game, 3-3. Let's give them their just due. 3-3 is our scores. We head to the top of the 8th inning. Another tight one here between the Yankees and the Royals. Almost every game has been tied up to this point. Freddie Patek with the game-tying home run, and it's the Royals putting up late runs here, and we'll see if they can sneak away with the win. They got Steve Mangori still on the mound. Mangori set down the Yankees in the top of the 7th. Let's see if he can do the same in the 8th. A 13 is going to be a ground ball. This goes to the first baseman, and the first baseman, Lecoq, takes it to the bag himself, and that's going to be out number 1 as he gets the speedy Rivers. Rivers now 1 for 4 in the game. Cliff Johnson, hitless in his first 3 at-bats. 24 is going to be a base knock as he gets on the board with his first hit of the day. Johnson, no speed at all to speak of. He's 0 for 1 stealing. Brings up Chris Chambliss, big left-handed bat. 25 is going to be a line drive, but that's going to be a rare play. So let's see what happens on this rare line drive. A 5. Pop up to short right. The right fielder and the second baseman collide. Second baseman makes the catch, so we're going to say P4 on the out. That'll be out number 2. Second baseman makes the catch. The right fielder is injured for the rest of the game. That's going to be Al Cowens, so we're going to have to remove him for the game as he gets banged up, and he says he can't go anymore. And so let's take Cowens out. So now we're each team is down a man. And who do we have who can play out there? Let's put Paquette. Actually, let's put Zadeb out there. Zadeb actually somehow got into the game. So Cowens is out. Zadeb is going to be in. And he's going to come into right field in the 8th inning. Okay. So we'll insert him right there. And he'll be up 3rd in the next inning. So 2 down. The runners hold. So freaky play out there as Frank White runs into the right fielder Cowens. Cowens has to come out of the game for the rest of the game, and it's going to be Zadeb who comes in to finish the ball game for the Royals. Here's a 24. 24 is going to be a deep drive that goes to straightaway left field. Running back as hard as he can to the wall, to the track, and that's going to be a catch made by Lahoud. right at the track, and that saves a run as he makes the play in left, and that's out number 3. So a long, loud out from Lou Piniella as he gives that curveball a ride. And we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, still tied at 3. And the Royals in good position here. They have the meat of their order coming up. We're going to bring in Sparky Lyle for the Yankees and see if he can close this one out. He's up here. We go 1 inning here for Tidrow. Tidrow came in right there, and Lyle's going to come in here. So we have Hal McRae, Pete Lecoq, and not Cowens, but Zadeb in the 8th inning. 26, that's going to be a grounder, and that goes to the shortstop. The shortstop is Bucky Dent. No issue with that one as he gets it over to first, and Chambliss squeezes it for the out. So McRae is down for out number 1. McRae is 1 for 4. He had a triple back in the 5th inning. Pete Lecoq up now. Lecoq is 0 for 3. He grounded out to the catcher Munson in his last at bat. Here's a 12. A 12. Are his walks less than 5%? They are not, so he is going to take a walk. As Lyle puts on the runner with 1 out, Pete Lecoq is at first. And let's go ahead and do a hit and run with Zadeb, and let's get Pete Lecoq on the move. 66. Okay, so are the wild pitches greater than 9 for Lyle? They are, and that's going to be a wild pitch. So he is going to get plus 1. He was on the run. There was a wild pitch, and so he's going to wind up at third base. That's how we're going to play that one. So the runner was on the move, throws a wild pitch, safe at second, and gets an extra base on the move to third. So the Royals are in business. They got a runner at third base. Only 1 out. We're going to play the infield in on this one and see how this goes for the Yankees. So we got our infield in chart over here. We have a runner at third base and 1 out. We're going to roll like normal. So we have a 14. A 14 is going to be a fly ball, and that is actually a rare play fly ball. So, boy, anything can happen on this one. So what do we got here? What happens? 8. The right fielder takes a bad route to the ball in the gap, and that's Reggie again taking a bad route to the ball, and the ball rolls all the way to the wall. So that's going to be 2 bags for Zadeb as he doubles home the go-ahead run. Run's going to score from third base, and the Royals now take the 4-3 lead in the bottom of the 8th inning. Turnabout is fair play, they say. This is what you've been doing to us the entire series. So Joe LaHoud is 1 for 3. Chance to maybe drive in another run. 25. Sorry, he doesn't have an RBI. Chance to drive in his first run. 25 is going to be a line drive that is to left field. The runners are going to have to hold on this one. So we're going to say liner to 7. So that's going to be the second out of the inning. Runner still at second base. Base hit scores a run here for Amos Otis and would give the Royals a 2-run lead. And 26, that's going to be grounded to the first baseman. The first baseman, Chambliss has it. He tosses to the pitcher, Lyle, who's covering, and they get the third out of the inning. But the Royals do get the go-ahead run. And we are going to send in Doug Bird. Let's go ahead and send in the Birdman and see if he can get the save. Have 14 saves in 1977. Could be considered their closer. He'll be facing off against Reggie Jackson, Greg Nettles, and Thurman Munson. So opportunity for the Yankees here as they have some guys who can put the ball in the air. Mangori goes 2 innings. Mangori goes 2 innings and keeps the Yankees at bay. He is in line for the win now as the Royals have taken the lead. They've crawled ahead in the last 3 innings, putting up scratching out runs here and there. And it's going to be Doug Bird facing off against Reggie Jackson. Reggie is 1 for 3. He has a single and a caught stealing in this one. 16, are the hits for the pitcher greater than 249? They are not. And so that's going to be a strikeout for Doug Bird as he gets Reggie swinging over the top of a slider. And that will be a strikeout swinging. Out number 1. Reggie goes down with the K. 1 for 4. He ends his day. Greg Nettles stands in with every opportunity to tie this one up. A 24 is going to be a deep drive. He gets a hold of it. That's going back to right field. And in the gap at the wall, the play is made by Zadeb. Look at that. Coming off the bench and making a game-saving play there is Zadeb. 2 down now in the top of the 9th inning. Doug Bird trying to shut this one down. Thurman Munson to the plate. 18 homers, 100 RBIs. He hit 308 in 1977. Here's a 25. A 25 is going to be a line drive, and that is hit to center field. That's hit to left field. Coming on hard is Joe LeBaud. He slides feet first, and he'll make the catch in left, and that's going to be out number 3 as the Yankees go down in the 9th, and that means that the Royals win this one 4-3 as they scratch out 4 runs in the last 4 innings, and they come back to beat the Yankees 4-3. Terrific game here. So Kansas City salvages 1 out of 3. In the actual series, they won all 3 games. But here they take the last one against the Yankees. Like I said, again, they would meet later in the ALCS and give us 5 great games. And the Yankees would win in dramatic fashion on their way to the 77 World Series against the Dodgers. All right, I hope you enjoyed this one. This is the end of our 3-game set with the Royals and the Yankees. The Yankees take 2 of 3. The Royals take this one 4-3. The win is going to go to Mangori, and the save to Doug Bird. The loss goes to Tidrow. No, Sparky Lyle. Sparky Lyle takes the loss as he gives up the game-winning run here. There was a hit and run with a wild pitch, sends him to third, and then the double. The 1-out double from Zadeb gives the Royals the go-ahead. Sorry, that should be here, not there. All right, so Zadeb with the game-winning RBI, and that's it for here. This is the 77 season set for the game of Dice Baseball. These are the components that you get here. You'll have to download the score sheets off of digidugout.com, Digital Dugout. And that's where I get them. But you'll get many more than 1,000 player cards, probably almost 2,000 player cards. And you'll get the game engine chart. You'll get the game guide here that has all of the charts. This is what I've been using. So it's got all the charts that you need to play the game of Dice Baseball. And I'm thinking there was something else that comes. Oh, there are player card backs, which I didn't do, but if you want to print these on cardstock and you want them to look nice, I've got some season-specific card backs that you can print onto the cards. And there's the same number of backs as there are cards. So you could print out all the cards, flip them over, print out all the backs, and then you would have a really nice set of cards it'll have the Game of Dice Baseball logo here with the year in the middle of it. So it provides for a nice looking card with a card back on it, and that'll also help you to keep track of the cards as well and what season they're in. Okay. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, subscribe. With baseball season happening now, football season is now officially over. Great game last night. And spring training. Pitchers and catchers are reporting this week, so we're very excited about this. Spring is coming, 50 degrees here in Chicago, so it's been nice the last couple of days, and it's a harbinger of good things to come as summer is on its way, and the boys of summer are also on their way. So you can get this game at thegameofdicebaseball.com. If you want to support the game but don't want to buy the game, you can just click the thumbs up on this video if you like this video. And that will actually help us in the long run to be seen by more people. It'll get this video out to more people. If you love the game, please share it. Tell everybody you know that they should go out and buy this game. I have several seasons, including 1960s I'll be working on next. 69 was the first season released for that. It'll be a whole different game engine, a little bit different. Not super different because there wasn't that much difference between the eras, but about a run a game. So a little bit different game engine for the 1960s as the 1970s. If you have all of the game engines, you can play these guys in the 60s, or you can play the 60s guys in the 70s, however you want to do it, depending on what style of baseball you want to play. All right, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comments section below. I will get back to you as quickly as possible. I appreciate all your support for the game, and we'll continue to push it forward. Lots of good feedback so far on the game of dice baseball, and it's very encouraging to me. I'll keep producing seasons and people keep buying them, so that'll be fine with me. We'll do all the baseball if we can. All right, I think that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.